Hi everyone. So today we're going to work on properties of exponents. So let's review these properties so that we have an understanding of what we're doing. So we're going to go through the rules, but then I'm also going to show you in the exact example column why they work, okay? Because remember, we've been talking about why things work the way they do. So multiplying powers, our rule is we'll use x and m. M times x to the n was x to the m plus n. Okay, so why do we add? Well, let's say I have x cubed times x to the fourth. Let's go 4. Okay, that means there's 3 x's. And if there's 4 more x's, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or x to the 7th. Okay, so division, we're going to subtract. So let's go m divided by n. We're going to go x to the m minus n. And again, why do we care? So I'm going to take this x to the 5th over x squared. Again, what does that mean? It means we have 5 x's over 2 x's. Okay, so these guys are going to cancel out. So this guy and this guy is a pair, and this guy and this guy is a pair. So that means we have 3 x's left. 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay, 0 as an exponent. So anything to the 0 power is 1. Again, why does that make sense? Well, if I have, again, x squared, let's go x squared. Now we know anything divided by itself is 1. But, okay, so I have 2 x's over 2 x's. And they cancel each other out. We know that's equal to 1. But according to the division rule, this is going to mean subtraction. So 2 minus 2 is equal to x to the 0. So x to the 0 is actually 1. All right, raising a power to a power. So this is x to the m to the n is x to the mn. So that means we're going to multiply. So x to the 2nd cubed means that we have 3x squareds. And then by definition of multiplying bases, we add x to the 6th. So 2 times 3 is 6. Appraising a product to a power, let's call it ax to the m. That means everybody gets 1. So this is where everybody always seems to have an issue, that if there's a number in here like 3, they forget about the 3. The 3 still gets squared. Everybody gets 1. So we get 9x squared. Okay? So everybody gets 1. Okay, so raising a quotient. So if I have x to the n over, let's just do this, a to the m. Again, this is like everybody gets 1. So we get, let's say, x over 4, and we're going to cube that. We're going to get x cubed over 4 cubed, which is 64. Again, everybody gets 1. All right, negative exponents. Okay, so we know we're going to subtract. Oop, nope. I was thinking of something else. So x to the negative n is 1 over x to the n. Okay, meaning the base is in the wrong place. People have told me that the last couple of years, and I really like that because that means that we're going to change where the base is located. If it's in the top, it's going to go in the bottom. If it's in the bottom, it's going to go in the top. So if I have x to the negative 2, it's going to be 1 over x squared. If I have 1 over x to the negative 1, that's going to just be x. Okay, the base is in the wrong place. All right, so what I want you to do is take a few minutes, pause the video, and in here in the column that says words briefly explain, I want you, this is going to be for your information and how you are going to remember these particular rules. Like, what are some key things? Like, for me, I just say the rule because that, in my brain, that makes sense to me. So, like, when I multiply bases, I add. When I divide bases, I subtract. Okay, that kind of stuff. So, what's going to help you? What in your brain is going to make sense here of how you're going to remember these? Okay, so this whole class column is your, like, choice. What you want to do and how are you going to remember that? All right, so pause the video. I'm not going to put anything in there because that's all about you. All right. So when you're done, just restart the video. Okay. All right, so over here we're going to do some example problems, and I'm going to do the odds, and then you guys are going to do the evens, and then we're going to check our answers. So we're going to multiply here, so we're going to multiply the numbers, add our exponents, because our bases are the same. You can only do that if your bases are the same. Okay, and that's it, 10a squared, or to the 9th. That's it. We're not solving, there's no solving here. We're simplifying, we're breaking big problems down to little bitty things so that eventually we'll use these to solve. Okay, so here, the 3 on the outside goes to everybody inside, including that 2. 2 cubed, multiply. Okay, so 2 cubed is 8. Okay. All right, this one looks hard. But I'm going to give everybody a negative 1 power. Multiply. Okay, so that 1's going to times a to the 6. So think of a to the 6 over 1. So this negative 1's going to come down. If I multiply straight across. Okay, now I can subtract because my bases are the same. I get a to the 4th. Okay, now I'm going to simplify this. So that's going to be 2 because 16 over 8 is 2. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. Right, that's these two. And if there's no exponents, 1, by the way. Okay. All right, 3 minus negative 4, 7. Okay, so this negative 3 one, he has to move. So we're going to get 2y to the 7th over x cubed. I like these because they're like puzzles. You know, in my brain, I'm like, ooh, let's figure this out and break it down to something simple. All right, here everybody's going to get a negative 2 powers. So 5 to the negative 2. And again, we're going to multiply y to the negative 4, z to the 2nd. Okay, anything that's negative is going to move. So all the positive guys are going to stay put. That's 2, not 6. Okay, 5 squared is 25, y to the 4th. Okay, so you always want to check your answers too and make sure that like you only have one everything. Like I have an x to the 6th and that's it. There's no other x's in the problem. There's a z squared, there's a y to the 4th. Okay, so let's pause the video. Try the evens and see if you get the same thing. Number 10 is a little complicated, so I'm interested to see if you guys get that right. All right, let's check it out. And again, if I'm wrong, please let me know. All right, I got 12x, 4y to the 6th over x to the 4th, z to the 8th. Everybody got to the 4th power. Okay, I just multiplied straight across and cleaned up. Okay, here I gave everybody a negative 2. And I subtracted my exponents of my variables and moved like 3 squared, 3 to the negative 2 came down, 4 to the negative 2 came up. And then I simplified. All right. Please let me know if you have any questions, guys. We'll work on this again. And please stay safe out there. And I'll talk to you again real soon.